Deuteronomy chapter 1. Moses still wasn't dead yet, so he still kept on proclaiming what the Lord of tyrannical terrorism randomly sold as law to the ignorant and tortured masses. 40 years, 11 months and a day had gone by in the wilderness, eating manna, sometimes drinking water, and being brutally murdered if they didn't like it. By the way, it is impossible to feed 3 or 6 million people and their livestock on manna, even if it really was something found left by the morning dew. Anyhow, Moses retold the often repeated story about leaving Egypt in devastation in a pool of blood, and over the desert, and then the lobby to murder for land. Then he, the Lord, goes on about how hard things were for him to rule 3 or 6 million people, all on his own, so he had to assign rulers for thousands, for hundreds and tens, so that he would have the necessary control and discipline necessary to become the world's best murderers. For everyone knows no talent is greater than murder. If a genius like Albert Einstein or Carl Sagen meets an Israelite or a Christian or a Moslem soldier in a holy rampage, obviously genius is useless. The better murderer will survive. That has been our law for far too long. Murder and the profit through it with plundering. But we will go on, with the hope that we will be social animals soon. Who knows, maybe in the future murder will no longer be sacred. Maybe we will hold in high esteem some other trait, like intelligence or creative genius or something, should any of it pop up. Okay, Moses got to the part of retelling the retelling of how, except when a bunch had gone off to fight over without official Lord blessing, the murder genocide campaign had been a roaring success. He neglects to mention the early battle when he stood up on a hill and jerked off while many died from both sides of the same thing. They had so many sheep and foreign virgins that they could fuck all night long. The long wait was worth it, especially if you had the tent of luxury. Surely they understood why the Lord made them wait 40 years. Why is that? 'Cause he's the warlord of warlords and does as he pleases. It pleases him to make us slaves of us, make warlords slaves of, Then Moses bitched about how the people bitched when friends and neighbors were dropping off from hunger and thirst, and how the Lord doesn't like to hear complaints and killed many more. And he talked about spying the land out before putting the people to the sword, and that the enemy was bigger and stronger, but not to worry. We've got the swords in the numbers. We will kill anyone not a war slave to the Lord, because the Lord only likes his war slaves and hates all other creatures, especially humans not descended from Noah, because their very existence, the existence of the universe, screams denial in the face of the warlord. You were a big-ass motherfucking lie. My war murder slaves will cut you down. In more modern times, of course, they prefer public burning. Priests from a different clan, the Lord loves burning fat. And Moses told them why everyone had to die in the wilderness. No one but Caleb and Joshua were permitted to go, and the descendants of the complainers. Don't you fucking ask for water if it's the Lord's will that you suffer and die. So they agreed to do whatever the Lord said, and were fucking happy they could murder women and rape their children and eat their cattle. One world religion bowing down to one overlord. Kill all those that don't like it. It won't work. Evolution will not allow it. Now this seems overdone, I'm sure, to some people, which is a good thing. But it is the premise of monotheistic religion to either get you on their side or kill you. And it's as simple as that, unfortunately. Where am I? And okay, Deuteronomy starts off by retelling the campaign. So there's nothing new. If you've read the rest of it, or listened to the rest of it, you should read it. You should read the original as well. And then you should realize that you cannot believe it. It's simply not believable. Did we mention that before? The only way you can believe this is if you're a fool, or a moron, or an idiot. And obviously you're not one of them, because you can read and write. That puts you above idiocy. So get your brain in gear and get working on it. And if you've got a monotheistic religion up your arse and think other people should have it too, well, get over it. Become a heathen or a pagan or whatever the definition is of someone who does not believe.